Hi, I'm excited to teach you how to create the cutest little Valentine heart and gnome wreath. So we're gonna start out by making the heart first. I'm gonna push this aside. You need your heart frame, and then you also need your big chunk of colored cording. And you're just gonna untie that, and you wanna meet the ends. So find the ends, put those together, and then pull it until you have the middle of that cord. So basically just like a big long rainbow. That rainbow, and you can start it anywhere on your heart that you'd like. That rainbow is gonna go under that wire. So I have one piece on each side of the wire. Like so. And I'm gonna take the left side and I'm gonna put it on top of the wire. So this is still underneath, but the left string is on top of the wire. Now the right side is gonna come over and it's gonna sit on top of that one you just crossed. And it's gonna tuck under this space, under the wire, and out through that hole. Okay, so it goes on top, underneath, under the wire, through that hole to the opposite side. Pull it all the way through, and then you just tighten them. And now you're going to keep doing that, and this will create that spiral knot. The left side goes over top of the wire, and I like to do it so I have that nice little shape there, okay, kind of like a backwards D. And then the right one comes on top, like in front of that cord. And then it goes in between the wire and that rope here. So on top, down in between it, under the wire, and then out through the left side. And then you just pull it tight. And you just keep going with it all the way around. So left side on top of the wire. Right side goes on top of that string. Come under the wire. So it like goes on top of the string to the right, then under the wire and out to the left. Pull it tight. Now as you are knotting this, you're going to notice that it's going to start spinning on you and create that spiral. You can already see it's doing it, getting that diagonal shape. And your pieces, like your left and right, are going to switch, and that's okay. You just kind of go with the flow of that. You just let that happen. But you always start with the left side and then go to the right side. And you want to push them pretty close together so you don't see that wire in between there, okay? So keep going. You're gonna go all the way around from the start all the way to the end. So now once you've got your heart frame all done, how I finished it was I just took a little bit of hot glue and I tucked my ends, you can see it right there, on the back side of my heart. I just hot glued them right down on top of the cording, and then I just chopped them really close to where I glued. So when I flip it around, I don't see any of that, okay? So for your gnome, we're gonna start with the wood hoop. I'll put that heart to the side. And you've got a pack of white fibers, or white cording. And so that you just untie. You take one piece, meet the ends, flip it so you have a rainbow. That rainbow goes on top or in front of your wood hoop, and the ends tuck under the hoop and through the rainbow. And you pull it tight. So you have that nice horizontal detail right there. And you keep doing that. You have 6 pieces of this. So you meet the ends, flip it so you've got your rainbow. Rainbow sits on top of your hoop. your ends tuck under the hoop and through the rainbow. You just pull it tight and then you push them together. So you're gonna do all 6 of those. Once you have those done, you can go ahead and hot glue that big bead. So the hole, I just put a little bit of hot glue on it and then just stick it right on there. So you can hot glue that on. And then if you'd like to use the comb that I included, you can brush these out and then trim them so that you have a nice V shape. And then we'll start the hat. Now the hat is that paper towel tube that was included in your kit, and then the rest of the colors that you have, the colored cord, the soft ones. And so the way that we do this is the exact same knot we used for your gnome for the beard. So you take one piece, you meet the ends, and you flip it so you've got a rainbow. You're gonna put that rainbow on top, on the outside of your paper towel tube, and then you tuck the ends on the inside of it, so down inside of it, and then you pull them right through. And when you pull it, you're gonna pull it back. So you pull it like up and then back and give it a nice tug. And then you can slide that over so that lines up with the rest of them. And you can do these in any order that you want. If you requested a kit with multiple colors, then you can do some stripes or some accent ones and kind of make it your own. Once you have that done, we'll imagine I did the back of it, then you're gonna take another piece of your string. You should still have a couple extra, and you're just gonna tie that around the base. Or if you'd like to use some of the twine I included, you can cut that off and you can use that to tie around too. And I'm just tying a little bow, nothing fancy here. Just a simple, like if you're tying your shoes, bow. And then I'll trim these, and then I like to trim this too. I make it pretty short. So kind of short and fluffy. You can see here how the beard looks too once it's brushed out. So now let's put it together. Okay, so we've got our gnome beard with the bead on it, and then I put a hot glue, like little rainbow on that wood part, and then I slide my cap on, just so that it all stays. Now your next step is to flip it over, and I included 2 pieces of rope, cream colored rope. So there's a short piece, that's your arms. You're gonna knot the ends of it, just a simple knot. These are gonna be your gnome's hands. And then I'll knot the other end. So I've got 2 knots there. And then I'm gonna hot glue that right on his nose. Then the next thing, there's a longer piece of rope, and then those are gonna be your legs and your feet. So for those, you take the smaller beads that I included, and you're gonna string those on. And then you knot them at the bottom, the same way that you knotted the arms. So there's one foot, so now I would do the other. String that bead on there, tie that foot. And done. And then that one gets hot glued right underneath where you did the arms. So then your last step is to hot glue, just put a bit of hot glue there to attach your gnome. And then you take your arms, and I hot glue them to make them stay. But your legs can go free, so they just kind of hang out. And then I included a couple of wood heart charms, so you can hot glue one right here, kind of like, if you can see this guy. So it looks like he's holding a heart. And then if you want to put one on the hat too, you can. And that's it. And then you are ready to hang it up and display your beautiful wreath. Have fun.